Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with the Dairy site, and today we're here with Ben Towns. He is the Associate Vice President of the Americas with Arm & Hammer Animal and Food Production. Thanks for being with us today, Ben.
It's great. Thank you, Sarah.
Very good. And we're here today at World Dairy Expo in Madison, Wisconsin. And we wanted to talk with you a little bit today about recycled manure is kind of our topic. And you guys Arm & Hammer launched a bacillus product about a year ago. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about what farmers are seeing in their operations.
Yeah, Sarah, as we see this trend across the U.S. of more and more dairies looking to utilize their manure as bedding, the recycled manure solids, dried solids, and there's this trend, but there's some trade-offs and some risks that go along with that. Simply put, at the end of the day, you're taking dried manure and putting it back under the cows, right. And then when that dried manure becomes wet again, right. It becomes manure again. And with that becomes milk quality concerns, udder health concerns, potentially increased somatic cell count. And so and there's been different options in the industry for the last several years to, whether it be hydrated lime or some acid-type products that can help control that pathogen growth. Right. What we've worked on over the last couple of years is ultimately led to a product we call Certillus Eco Dairy Bedding. Right. And what it is, a natural bacillus-based, as you said, bacillus-based product that can be applied to the dried manure solids so that when it does become wet underneath the cow, mm-hmm. It inhibits the pathogen outgrowth to give dairy producers a safer way and a more peace of mind in putting that manure back underneath the cows as bedding.
Very good. It sounds like there would be kind of a sustainability path here, correct?
Yeah, there certainly is. As far as being able to use the manure on your farm, so whether they're using and sand has been used for decades under cows. Right. Sand is great for cows. Sand isn't always great for equipment, and it's another source that you're bringing in off the farm. Maybe it's shavings or wood shavings that you're bringing in off the farm to put on mattresses or beds. Those are good options for bedding, but being able to use your own dried manure solids, there absolutely is a sustainability angle to that dairy farmers, it's just one less input onto the farm, one less input cost onto the farm. And another angle to it is also, compared to some of the other options that are out there for treating recycled manure solids, is an employee safety factor as well. The bacillus product, the Certillus Eco Dairy Bedding, it's safe, again, bacillus-based. It does, whereas the hydrated lime or some of the acid products, employees have to wear a respirator when they're applying those, maybe, or if it gets on the skin, can do some damage. And so, just some safety considerations there as well.
So a very well-rounded product, it sounds like, for producers to use on farm.
Yeah, it is, and kind of where this started from. Again, as you said, we launched it within the last year, but for a couple of years, doing different trials on farms, trying to see which bacillus strains inhibit those pathogens the most effectively, and then also what's the best application method to get it onto the manure solids. Typically, we're doing that on dairy farms, kind of right at the screw press, and but it really has come from a need and this trend of seeing, hey, more and more dairy farms wanting to use their recycled manure solids, but how can I inhibit that pathogen growth? And some of the more interesting conversations have actually came with dairy farms who wouldn't today be candidates for this product. Maybe they're still using sand or they're still using and they're thinking about the possibility of using their own recycled manure solids as bedding, but are concerned about some of the things we just talked about. And so this gives them an option to safely and effectively reduce that pathogen outgrowth in that bedding.
Good. Well, thank you, Ben, so much for all the information today. It sounds like it's a good opportunity for people who are looking at considering other options, right? Bedding is always a hot topic, right? Yeah,
and again, when we look at some of the responses we've seen from farms, increased somatic cell count, reduction in clinical mastitis events, and again, also the employee satisfaction, the employee safety. They're handling a safe product, not one of the other options maybe, has really turned out to be something real interesting for us and a great option on dairy farms that are using the recycled manure solids.
Very good. Well, thanks again, Ben.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah.
This is Sarah Mikesell with the Dairy site.